Operations management. For the exam, you need to distinguish between projects and operations. Operations are ongoing and produce identical or similar outputs. A project is temporary and has a beginning and an end. Additionally, a project creates something unique. Ongoing operations are outside the scope of a project, but there are points in which the two areas overlap. Operations management is an area of management concerned with ongoing production of goods and services. It ensures business operations that support the goods and services the organization is producing continue efficiently. It is concerned with managing processes that transform inputs into outputs. Frequently, a project is used to launch something that is eventually taken over by operations. A project that launches or a new product line is temporary and unique. After the product goes into production, though, it belongs to operations. In the next slide, we will discuss the relationship between project management and operations management. Changes in business or organizational operations may be the focus of a project, especially when there are substantial changes to business operations as a result of a new product or service delivery. Ongoing operations are outside the scope of a project. However, there are intersecting points where the two areas cross. Projects can intersect with operations at various points during the product life cycle, such as when developing new products or services, upgrading or expanding products or services, while improving operations or the product development processes, at the end of the product life cycle, and at the end of each phase closure. At each point, deliverables and knowledge are transferred between the project and operations for implementation of the delivered work. This implementation occurs through a transfer of project resources or knowledge to operations, or through a transfer of operational resources to the project. In the next slide, we will discuss about organizational project management. PMP defines organizational project management, or OPM, as a framework in which portfolio, program, and project management are integrated with organizational enablers in order to achieve strategic objectives. This includes better results, increased performance, and sustaining of an organization's competitive advantage in the market. Portfolios, programs, and projects are aligned with or driven by organizational strategies and differ in the way each contributes to the achievement of strategic goals. Portfolio management aligns portfolios with organizational strategies by selecting the right programs or projects, prioritizing the work, and providing the needed resources. Program management harmonizes its program components and controls interdependencies in order to realize specified benefits. Project management enables the achievement of organizational goals and objectives. This figure shows the organizational environment where strategy, portfolio, programs, projects, and operations interact. Organizational project management helps to deliver results through a holistic approach to managing projects which integrate with the organization's business management framework. It is important to understand the tight relationship between portfolios, programs, and projects. In the next slide, we will discuss project constraints. Every project has its own unique constraints imposed by the organization through the structure and governance framework. Therefore, part of your job as a project manager is to first identifying the competing constraints and then manage your project to balance them appropriately. The PMP guide explicitly lists the following 6 constraints: budget, resources, risk, scope, quality, and schedule. The relationship between these factors is such that if any one factor changes, at least one other factor is likely to be affected. For example, if the schedule is shortened, often the budget needs to be increased to add additional resources to complete the same amount of work in less time. If the budget increase is not possible, the scope or targeted quality may be reduced to deliver the project's result in less time within the same budget amount.